in the last class, I was telling you about, I told you about the computer generations, computer types, bits, bytes, and words. So what is a bit? Can anyone define what is a bit? Definition for
Binary
bit? Yeah, it stands for binary digit. Okay, we'll be having bit, bytes, okay, kilobytes, megabytes, terabytes, petabytes, like this. Now we are in the stage of petabytes. Okay, because lot of videos, lot of images, those kind of things. And words, I told you what is word. Group of bits is known as word. Okay, next. In today's class, you are going to learn about the CPU. What is CPU? Definition for CPU. What is primary memory? What is secondary memory? Ports, connections, okay, input devices, output devices, computers in a network, computer network hardware, and software basics and software types. These many topics we are going to discuss today. Okay, now I told you what is CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It has three parts. Okay, ALU, MU, and CU. ALU stands for Arithmetic and Logic Unit. It performs all the mathematical operations. Okay, can you tell me? Can you give me example for mathematical operations?
Calculators.
A plus B, okay, A plus B, A minus B, or A into B. All these are the examples for arithmetic operations, or it performs the activities like calculator. Okay, that is example. Basic mathematical operations is known as mathematical operations will be performed by ALU, arithmetic and logic unit. Okay, that is a part of the CPU which performs mathematical activities. If any one of you are not understanding means you can type me in the chat box. Okay. If you are having any doubts. Now the next part is memory part. Okay, or memory unit. We say them as memory unit. It's like brain of a human being. Okay, what does our brain do? The brain will be storing the things. Okay, so similarly here also memory is used for storage. There are two types of memory. Okay, primary memory and secondary memory. The next part is CU, control unit. Okay, it acts like a manager. It orders, it coordinates all the activities. Okay, now the primary memory. I was telling you about the primary memory. Computers, mobiles will be having the primary memory. Okay, so they are directly connected to the CPU. For example, ram is directly connected to the CPU. If the ram memory is more means we can perform more activities. Okay, more applications we can open in the system. If your ram is less means it becomes slow, system becomes slow. Similarly, secondary memory. Okay, it is not directly connected, it's not directly connected, but it is a storage. Okay, can you give me examples for secondary memory? Can you give me example for secondary memory? You need to type. You need to type in the chat box. Okay, ROM, good. Okay, Abdul says ROM, read only memory. It stands for DVD, good. Okay, hard disk, good, mister. CD, okay, disk. All these are the examples for ROM. Okay, read only memory. They are permanent. Whatever the data we write in them, the permanently stored. Data is permanently stored. You can say data is permanently stored in it. Okay. But when we take the example of RAM, okay, as soon as the power is off, as soon as the power is off, if the power is off means data will be lost. Data will be lost. If you switch off the system, all the applications will be losing the data. Okay, that is because of the RAM memory. Okay, you must know the difference. You must know the difference between RAM and ROM. Okay, similarly CDs, DVDs, hard disks. Okay, hard disks, all these are examples for the secondary memory. Okay, next I told you about the ports. They are the interfaces. Ports are nothing but the interfaces for the computer and the other devices, other peripheral devices. Okay, the next thing is connections. Okay, they are the points where we can connect to other devices, like routers, switches, cables. Okay, for other devices we can connect through the computer through connections. Okay, now the next thing is input devices. Okay, now can you give me example for input devices? Can you give me example for input devices? Okay, mic, good, Tarun. Honey, keyboard. Okay, hard drive. Okay, hard drive is not input device. Hard drive is storage. Hard drive is storage. Okay, pen drive, it's a storage. Pen drive is a storage. Okay, pen drive, hard drive, or storages.
Joysticks, game ports,
Yes.
gamepads.
Okay, you see here, joysticks, joystick, keyboards,
joystick, mouse,
mouse. Type me in the chat box, please. Mouse. What else? What else? Image scanner. Good. Image scanners or scanners. We can say scanners. We can say scanners. Okay. Now the definition. How we can write the definition? Definition for input devices. These are the devices. These are the devices which takes the input from the user. Input from the user. Okay. Who are the users? Who are the users? Who are the users? We are the users. Whoever is typing. Okay. If I'm typing on the keyboard, we are the users. Okay. We. Good. Good, Vaishnavi. Say from the users. The input is feeded to the computer. Okay, say when it comes to the pen drive. Okay, pen drive, somebody has written pen drive, hard drive. These are not they are not input devices. Okay, they are not input devices, they are storage devices. Okay, now the next thing, output devices. Can you give me examples for output devices? Okay, monitor, speakers, printer. Okay, CPU is not Kokila. CPU is not output device. You see there, examples for output devices is monitor. Okay, after that, printer. Okay, monitor, printer, speakers are the examples for output devices. Now the definition. Who can define this? The definition for output devices. You can unmute and you can speak if you want. What is the definition for
Both which
output
give
device?
us the output, which shows the output.
Okay. Devices which gives output for the user. Good. Okay.
Sir,
Same.
after input, after processing the output given.
Yes. Okay. Output devices. These are the devices. These are the devices which shows which shows or gives the data to the user. Okay, the data to the user. In some devices there will be images. In some devices the data will be in the format of images. Okay, in some devices there may be hard copies. If you take the example of printer, the data is in the format of hard copy. Okay, similarly in the speakers, the data is in the format of sound. Okay, the data is converted into sound. Okay, so it's about the data, how it is displayed to the user. Now the next thing is computers in a network. Okay, but before that let me show you some PPTs. Do you see the PPT on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can see diagrammatically we can show a computer like this. Memory. Okay. We can connect memory, input device, processor, output, and storage. Now, whenever we talk about memory, it is RAM, ROM. Okay. Primary memory, secondary memory, everything here only.
The screen is not visible.
Huh?
Screen is not visible, sir.
Okay. How many of you can see and how many of you can't see? Please respond me.
Your
Sir,
face
it's
is
visible, sir.
Huh?
It's visible, sir.
your face is coming, sir.
Huh?
Your face is coming, sir.
Sir, she has to unpin, sir.
Okay, okay. You do by yourself. You can mute.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
thank
mute. Okay. I will anyhow. I'm going to put this one in the YouTube. Okay. You can see from there. Okay. It may be a problem with your own devices. Okay. Now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Whenever we say the memory, it is the collection of all the primary memory, secondary memory, all those things. When it comes to the processor, okay, it is the unit which performs all the activities. Okay, the control unit and the control unit and the control unit and ALU will be in this processor. When it comes to the input, it is a collection of all the devices. Okay, and similarly output. When we talk about the output, the monitor, the speakers, all these things will be the outputs. Now, when it comes to the storage, it is a collection of the external devices. It is a collection of external devices like hard disk, pen drive, okay, uh, portable storage devices. All these things will be coming under the storage. Now, again in the input, even we can give the input through touch. Okay, through fingers in our touch screens. Okay, or we can give through the sound. Okay, we can give through the sound. Some devices will be taking the data in terms of sound. Our voice will be the passwords. Okay, and similarly even some devices we may give gesture. Okay, what do you mean by gesture? You can speak.
Action.
Action. Okay, for some devices we are going to give actions as the input. Okay, similarly we may give brain waves also for some devices, for some secured devices, for example in banks and all. If there are any
Sir,
lockers,
Neuralink.
tell me tell me any other examples for brain waves?
Sir, Neuralink.
Yes, okay. We are going to give our brain waves will be feeded as input for those systems to be unlocked. Okay. Now, output. When we talk about the output may be in the textual information. For example, printouts. Printouts will be in the textual format. All the documents. Similarly, in the systems, we may be getting the output as photos or diagrams or icons. Okay, moving images sometimes. And music and voice is the example for output. Now, the input devices. You see there, the task of input devices. Here he is using his keyboard. The data is given through the keyboard, and that will be fed to the CPU. Okay. Now the output device from the CPU, he can see the outputs. Okay. Now these are the different examples for input devices: keyboards, mouse, microphone, digital camera, scanners. Okay. Camera, we can consider camera also as input device because we are capturing. Next, the keyboard. It will be having nearly 101 keys and 101 to 105 different keys. Okay. Now, these are the different parts of the keyboards. Okay. You can see these keyboards are known as QWERTY keyboards. QWERTY keyboards because the first six characters, they stand for QWERTY. That's why these keyboards are known as QWERTY keyboards. It will be having escape. Okay, you can see that this key is escape key. Okay, similarly you'll be having functional keys. Every function will be having its own every functional key will be having its own defined function. Okay, for example, F2 is used for help. Whatever the application we open, if we press F2, we'll get the description about that thing. Similarly, F3, F4. Okay, one of the functional key will be for save. F1 will be for help. Okay, like that. We'll be having nearly F10. The next thing is we'll be having numeric lock. Okay, why we may be using numeric lock? Any one of you?
Sir, to allow using numeric keys or not, sir? No, numerical lock.
Yes, okay. If you want to use or if you want to do if you want to use the digits sometimes, okay, or sometimes you may be not able to use them. If you want to do this transition, that can be done by using numlock. Okay, and similarly we'll be having a tab. Okay, tab is collection of spaces. You can see in the left side, tab. It is collection of spaces, 8 spaces. If you press tab, the cursor will be moving towards left or right. Okay, 8 spaces. Similarly, caps lock. Why we may be using caps lock?
For uppercase and lowercase letters.
Capital and
To
small.
do the transition in between upper cases and lower cases. The next thing is Alt and Control. Okay, Alt and Control. You see there, Alt and Control. This will give some new meaning to the keys. Okay, Alt and Control will give some new definitions for the keys. We may combine 2 or 3 keys and we may be using them. During those situations, we will be using Alt plus Control. Similarly, there is one more key like Shift. Okay, every key will be having both 2 different operations. The upper side on the keys will be having ampersand, dollar, some special symbols. If you want to display them, we need to use Shift plus that key. Both together we need to press Shift plus key. Similarly, we'll be having arrow keys. Why we may be need of arrow keys?
For navigating
Was
through.
left or right?
Yes, if you want to do the navigation or if you want to move the cursor from in different directions, we'll be using arrow keys. Okay. Now, if you want to do a lot of numerical activities, we'll be using numeric keypad. Okay, it acts like calculator. Okay, only digital activities, only numbers. If you are playing with numbers, we need to go for numeric pad. Okay, and still there are different other keys. We may find different other keys like print screen. Okay, how many of you heard print screen? What is the use of print screen?
Taking screenshot.
Every keyboard will be having print screen. It captures the snapshot. Yes, tell me. Print screen, what it does is it captures the screen, okay, and it will show, it will store somewhere, okay. For that we are using print screen. Similarly, we may be having Windows key, okay. Windows key, it directly opens Windows in a shortcut, okay. Windows key, like this. It varies from keyboard to keyboard. Similarly, when it comes to the mouse, it's also an input device. It's also an input device. It acts like a pointer, okay, and it moves the cursor on the screen. These are the different variations of the keys, okay. These are the different variations of the keys. We'll be having left button, right button, okay, and we can roll, we can scroll there, okay, like this. We'll be having optical mouse, like this. If we diagnose the mouse, the inner structure will be like this, okay. It is made up of different circuits, okay. Now, pointing devices, touch screens. Touch screens are the examples for pointing devices, okay. Where can we find the touch screens?
Smartphone.
ATM, sir.
ATMs, then
Phones and laptops.
Use touch screen laptop.
yes, touch screen laptops. Some operating systems will provide a touch screens also. Where else we can find the touch screens? In railway stations, in bus stations, okay. If you want the help regarding in shopping malls, we may find the touch screens, okay.
Watches.
Yes, even in watches also. Now we are as soon as we touch, some signals will be generated and they are given as the input, okay. Now say here information kiosks, we say them as information kiosks. They may be at railway stations, bus stations, or any new metro stations, like this. Similarly, the advantages of touch screens is hardware will be no extra hardware is needed for these things, okay, and the data can be converted in pixels, okay. Now, similarly, we may be using stylus. We may be using some stylus, pen kind of thing to use with the touch screens, okay. Stylus, you see there alternative we may use for the stylus also, or the light pen. We say by sending the light, okay, we can do some changes on the screen, okay, like that. Pointing devices, these are the example for pointing devices. Now indirect pointing devices, okay, they need some actions. If you see the example of mouse, we need to click on it. They are also pointing devices, but they need some actions. Mouse, tracker ball, track point, touchpad, okay, like this. Now mouse, see if you see here trackball, we can find the trackballs. They may be used in games. As soon as the ball moves, in 360-degree actions can be done, okay. Similarly, we can do gamings. Okay. The trackpad, we can see the trackpad there. It restricts the user, okay, and it occupies very less space. Even you can see the trackpad here, small trackpad. How many of you seen this, or how many of you use this in the laptops? The green color one.
My laptop doesn't have one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, some previous
have used
laptops. Okay, some previous or some old laptops, they had like this. Okay, just you press in different directions. Okay, just sensitive movement will give the cursor to be moving up and down. Okay, like this. Now this is the joystick. Even you see the joystick, these are used in a games, okay, to control some actions. Similarly, we can find the joysticks in our mobiles also. Okay, now microphones, we can give the data as voice as the input. Okay, the data is fed as input. They are using speech recognition for password unlocking and all. Okay, now we may give the passwords, or we may perform some actions through the audio as the input. Okay, even Alexa. Okay, Alexa is a device which takes the data as input. If you speak something, it keeps us answering. Okay, Google Alexa. Okay, like that. The next thing is how it converts. This image shows you how it converts the data to the how it converts and makes it to understand to the CPU. Okay, now the next is the digital camera. Okay, it captures all the images. Even you can see here we are having cameras. Okay, now the scanners. Okay, they will capture whatever the documents we feed to the scanners. Again, there will be two types, handheld and flatbed. Okay, for some devices we need to operate through scanners. Okay, through our hands, or they are known as handheld scanners. Okay, and similarly flatbed, no need of human interaction. Those kind of scanners will be known as flatbed scanners. Again, light pen. Okay, they are pen shaped. Okay, see in some presentations, the presentators will be using light pens to point to the screen. Okay, and they'll be moving here and there in different directions from line by line. Okay, the next thing is barcode readers. They are also examples for the input devices. Okay, every barcode will be different for every individual product. Okay, if you go for big shopping malls, if you purchase anything, it will be having the barcode. Okay, similarly output types, we can feed the outputs as text output, graphical output, video output, and audio output. Okay, now see here visual output. If you take the example of visual output, all our monitors, all our games, all our movies are the examples where we are getting the data in terms of videos. Okay, whenever we talk about audio output, it is like sound and music synthesized as a speech. Okay, synthesized speech. Answers from the Google Alexa is the example for audio output. If you question something, it will answer you. Or even GPS, the GPS we can get audio output, go in this direction, 3 meters ahead, we are going to get your destination, something like that we are going to get. That is the audio output. Now again, these are the examples: monitors, printers, speakers, data projectors. Okay, see here monitors can be classified as CRT monitors and LCD monitors. When it comes to the CRT monitors, okay, there will be an electronic gun. You may be read this in a PUC. Okay, there will be an electronic gun which will, and we can find a screen which is phosphor coated. We can see a screen which is phosphor coated. Whenever that electron gun emits an electron, a particular part will be visible. Okay, that is the functionality of the CRT. It is known as cathode ray tube. An electrons will be emitted from the electron gun, which will be hitting the screen, and the particular part will be glow whenever it hits the screen. And similarly, liquid crystal display. Okay, they are known as again, there will be different types of crystal displays, flat panel displays. Okay, like that. Nowadays we are using LCDs everywhere. They are very thin, they are portable, they can be hanged to the wall. Okay, they can be hanged to the wall. But when it comes to CRT monitors, they are very huge, in size. Okay, now TVs are also nowadays, they are made with the technology LCD and CRT monitors. Similarly, LCD is primarily used for laptops and portable devices. Okay. The next thing is video display terminology. Okay. Video displays. Now, what is pixel? Any one of you? What is pixel?
The smallest part of the image created, sir.
Yes, good. Okay. You see there? The definition for a pixel is picture element. Okay. The definition for pixel is picture element. Okay. It is a short form. Similarly, resolution. It describes the quality of the picture. It describes the quality of the picture. If you say the example 1024 into 768, these many number of pixels will be there on the screen. Okay. This is known as the resolution of the screen. We want more pixels to display the data. Okay. If the resolution is high, means the display will be very of qualitative one. Okay. Let me browse to that PPT. And again, you must know about refresh rate. How frequently the screen is changed is known as refresh rate. Similarly, printers, they will give you the data in terms of hard copy. Okay, they are known as output devices. We can find inkjet printers and laser printers. Inkjet printers are expensive. Okay, they are expensive. We can use them for coloring. Okay, and they are higher price than other printers. When it comes to the laser printers, they are more expensive and they are faster. We will get the things very faster. Now, in this diagram you can see the printer. Okay, the image of the printer. Types of printers. These are the examples for types of printers. Okay, inkjet printer. They are also known as bubble jet printers, inkjet printers, or bubble jet printers. Okay. Similarly, when it comes to the laser printers, okay, they look like Xerox machines, mini Xerox machines. Okay. Both of them, we can get both of them. We can get color printing in both of the types. Okay, but they are expensive. Both are expensive. The laser printer uses optical technology to print or to convert to the data. Okay. The next thing is the plotters. Okay, they are used for some machine drawing. Okay, or some designs. They will be revolving around a revolving sheet, a paper, which will be revolving. Okay, and it is used in drafting. Okay, or in engineering purposes, some engineering activities for building diagrams, blueprints of some big shopping malls, those kind of things. Okay, they are known as plotters. Similarly, audio output. Okay, when we talk about the audio output, we need to do some devices like sound cards and speakers. Okay. Now, everybody, what you do is type me three input devices, three output devices, every one of you. Whatever the devices you remember, please type me in the chat box. 3 input devices, 3 output devices. Every one of you. Okay. Sukrut, mouse, keyboard, joystick. Sukrut, monitor, speaker, printer. Okay. Speaker, okay. Okay, Vaishnavi. Input devices. Let me open the chat box. Suhas, mouse, keyboard, image scanner. Good. keyboard, mouse. What is this? KIC. Mic. Okay, good. Good. Okay, thank you, every one of you. Good. Good, Tarun. Good, Saida Alia Bakshi. Okay. Good, good, Vivek. Okay. Now, the next thing is computers in a network. Why do we need network? Why do we need network?
To enable data sharing over larger area.
Okay, yes. Networks are required to transfer the data. Okay, if there is no network, probably we'll be not able to use internet, or we may be not able to use our mobiles also. Okay, so what may be the definition for network?
A group of computers interconnected for data sharing.
Yes. Okay, a group of computers, a group of computers connected through different devices, connected to through different devices for data sharing, or for data sharing and communication. Okay, when you talk about communication, okay, we are chatting, that is a communication. We are transferring files, it is communication. We are transmitting images, it is communication. Okay, whenever we say communication, we'll be having chatting, okay, and sharing files, okay, sharing images, sending videos, okay, using websites. All these things will be coming under the communication. Okay, so for this communication we need the systems to be connected through different devices. Whenever we say the different devices, okay, we'll be having the network devices like hub, okay, similarly like cables, similarly we'll be having switches, okay, we'll be having routers, okay, all these kind of things which enables the network to be complete. Okay, so all these things, hub, cables, switches, they are the example for hardware. Okay, now can anyone define what is network hardware?
Components required for processing out the network.
Okay, they are the components which are required for the network, and they are tangible. They are tangible. Tangible means which can be touched. Okay. See here, network hardware. The definition for network hardware is these are the collections of devices in the network which enables communication, okay, which enables communication, and these are tangible. Okay, tangible means which can be touched. Okay, do you find any device which is intangible, which can't be touched? All the devices are tangible only. Okay, if you take the example of this diagram, okay, if you take the example of this diagram, this is the example for network, how the network looks like. It will be having clients, some terminology like clients. It will be having printers may be also connected in the network. Okay, again we'll be having repeater. Okay, Repeater means they will retransmit the signals. Sometimes signals becomes weak. Okay, that weak signals to be energized and needs to be traveled. That is done through repeaters. Okay, repeater is also a type of device. Similarly, hub. You can see the hub here. Okay, it connects multiple networks. Server. You can see the server. Okay, there may be web server. There may be file server. Okay. Internet server, like this. When it comes to the bridge, okay, bridge is also a type of device which connects the network, but both the networks must be of same type, that is bridge. Okay, similarly we'll be having routers. We can find routers. Okay, router is a device which connects 2 or 3 different networks which are of different types, Okay, let me define you what is hub. Okay, or first we may go with repeater. Okay, device which energize the weaker signals. Okay, now the next thing is hub. Okay, device which links multiple networks. Okay, again we'll be having bridge. Okay, bridge is it's a device which connects two or more networks of same type. Okay, we'll be having different types of networks. Okay, now the next thing is routers. As of now, just you know the definition, it's enough. Okay, device which connects two or more different networks, two or more different types of networks. Okay, in the next class I'll ask you the examples for hardware devices. Definitely, what is repeater, what is hub, what is bridge, and what is router. Okay, now I think we can stop here. In this class you learned central processing unit, what is arithmetic and logic unit, what is memory unit, examples for primary memory and secondary memory, what are ports, input devices, okay, output devices, and the network. Okay, we can stop here. Thank you, every one of you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, it will be recorded and it will be uploaded in the YouTube. Okay, if you want, you can refer it. Okay, every one of you. I'll give you the notes in the later stages.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So do
Okay,
we have a Google Classroom for C programming?
Sir,
Okay, I'll do it and I'll give. Still, I did not do. I'll do and I'll give you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Once again, Happy New Year for every one of you.
Happy New Year,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Same to you.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you the same.
Okay. Say happily. Somebody is saying like crying. Hmm?
Happy New Year, sir.
Yes, sir.